Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers who may be with us for the first time. Thank you for continuing to watch, listen, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, for taking the time to write in your comments and send all your wonderful support and feedback. And thank you to those of you who continue to keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. It's a pleasure and an honor, as I always say, to read for you, and I'm grateful for the trust that you place in me to do so. And also thank you to my regular clients, particularly for the feedback that you are so great at keeping me updated with in how our readings continue to play out in your lives. And finally, a special thank you to those of you who donate in support of my channel. I've had kind of an upsurge of donations, some of them anonymous, over the last couple of months. So thank you very much for believing in that. And if any of you are interested in reaching out for a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage. That'll give you a little more information in detail and also has my email address. You can feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also find me on PayPal through that email address if any of you should care to make a donation to the channel. I do a variety of readings: love and romance, compatibility chartings, career, work, and finance, year overviews, channeled messages, and so on. Current turnaround time for personal readings is anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks. But since I do readings full-time 6 days a week, I'm usually able to get back with you quite quickly and almost always set up a reading live or recorded within a 2-week period of time. So send me an email if you're interested and we'll go from there. So remember that these are general readings and there are many of you watching, everyone with different things going on in their lives. So of course, these general videos are not going to mean the same or resonate as predictably to the same degree or intensity for everyone watching. So make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. They may prove out more predictive for you during some times. And just watching all three gives you additional insight and clarity into what's going on in your life. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot by artist Cyril Marchetti, drawing the customary 8 cards with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck representing overall energy and advice. So moving right along, this reading is for Aquarius for May 2017. Aquarius, May 2017. What does this gorgeous month of May have in store for our water bearers, the Aquarians? Okay, Aquarius, we begin with the Two of Cups, followed by death or transformation. We have the Ten of Wands, followed by strength. We have the Empress, followed by the Six of Swords, and the Fool, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the King of Cups. 4 major arcana cards this month, Aquarius. So divine timing and orchestration, divine energies at play, God, spirit, your angels, and guides. Like a lot of the other signs, it looks like a time of transition and change and transformation potentially as well. Let's start with your crowning card. Your overall energy, the overall focus energy advice for the month of May is the King of Cups. So Cups is water energy, and the energy of this suit manifests in our emotional landscape: emotions, feelings, relationships, love. Kings and Queens typically represent older or more mature, evolved people who've matured and evolved beyond the page energy and the knight energy, and they've reached the achievement of their suit. So for a lot of you Aquarians, it looks like there will be a King of Cups, someone in your life who is likely a water sign: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That could be their sun, their moon, or their rising sign, or someone who strongly manifests the character traits of the King of Cups. He's showing up as a male, but since this is a general reading, it could be a female as well. For some of you, it looks like someone playing a role of some significance or factoring in your life in the month of May. The King of Cups would be somebody who is the positive aspects of this person would be emotional stability and groundedness. He's sometimes nicknamed the King of Cool because he's able to keep his head and remain calm and grounded even when environments or situations are chaotic, even when everybody else may be panicking. He doesn't. He's very emotionally grounded and emotionally stable because he's learned through his road of life, and so he's reached that point where he's centered. This is somebody who is loving and nurturing, somebody who always knows the right thing to say, great source of love, support, feedback, the kind of person that, like, remembers your birthday, remembers anniversaries, etc. This can also be advice for a lot of you to manifest the energy of the King of Cups over the month of May 2017, Aquarians, which the most positive aspects would be to stay centered emotionally. Don't lose your head. Don't go off the deep end. Don't give in to spontaneity and impulsivity. When it comes to making significant decisions. It does look like it's a month of some transition and change and transformation, which can sometimes be difficult, challenging, or even a little scary. But try not to make decisions based on the heat of the moment kind of emotions. For others of you, again, this is just going to be somebody who is playing a central role, or there's a focus on this person. It does look like a relationship is undergoing some changes as well, and it could be that this King of Cups, individual male or female, is your mate. Could be a romantic relationship, or it could be a best friend, a colleague of some kind, but it does feel like a very emotionally connective relationship because we begin with the Two of Cups, followed by death or transformation. So the Two of Cups is sometimes referred to as the soulmate card, kindred spirit. This can be in a romantic sense or not. It represents somebody that you feel very connected with. You kind of instinctively get them. They kind of instinctively get you. Could be a best friend, someone you just connect with really well, regardless of the actual nature of your relationship. It can also represent a relationship, maybe a friendship that might be moving into another level. It could be a friendship that's evolving into something on a romantic level as well. It looks like it is going through a transformation, potentially in the month of May, because the Two of Cups is paired with death, transformation. Death can represent an ending of something. It can represent a significant transformation of something that's in place, kind of the ground being cleared in preparation for something new to start, or a new level of something to begin. So it looks like a relationship. A lot of you, there is an opportunity for a relationship. Some of you may be having a friendship that's moving into more of a romantic nature. Some of you just may be, this relationship may be transforming into something else. For some of you, it may be a relationship that might be ending. It may have kind of served its purpose, and it's time for you to, because of that karmic thread, that karmic lesson, and it may be time for the two of you to move on separate paths, or again to evolve together into something more. It's going to mean different things depending on who's watching. I do feel like even if this is a relationship where you're continuing to evolve, or it's transforming and you're together, there is an ending within the relationship, and it could just be a chapter, a certain part of the relationship is over as you're moving forward into something else. But for some of you, this is going to be separation. It's two paths diverging here. Next, we have the Ten of Wands, followed by strength. So wands is fire energy. That's the element that governs this suit. And the energy of this suit manifests typically in how we create and build and manifest things. It can represent careers, creative or artistic endeavors or pursuits. It's all about building, manifesting, growing, kind of very forward moving. It's a very active, dynamic suit, and it's kind of action oriented. Tens represent the end of a cycle, something coming full circle. So the Ten of Wands represents a burden coming to an end. It could be a cross that you've had to bear for quite some time. It could be a project or something you've been involved in for quite some time, and it may have started out as something quite positive, but over time it's become rather cumbersome and burdensome. The Ten of Wands represents that coming to an end, cycling to an end, or something you needing to let go of something. And again, for some of you, it could be this relationship. It's coming to an end, or an aspect of the relationship is coming to an end because it is transforming into something else. And what has become burdensome, it's a weight being lifted, or something that needs to be laid down so you can move on beyond it. So again, for some of you, this could quite clearly be separation, or taking the plunge of friendship moving into a romantic area, or a relationship, a romantic relationship also kind of moving forward into the next step. And work and career, the specifics of course would be different, but how it could play out would be perhaps taking the plunge and leaving your job for another job, leaving one career path for another career path. I think there is some perhaps fear, doubt, insecurities around it, maybe fear of what you may be taking on or losing for those of you who are leaving something or someone behind. Perhaps wondering, maybe second guessing yourself a bit, because the Ten of Wands is paired with strength, major arcana card of strength. So strength is all about coming to grips with yourself, taking a deep look at all of yourself, having the courage to change the things that you can change, and accept that which you can't. It's about facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, kind of wrestling with your demons, and moving forward through that. And it's about the strength it takes not only to do that, but the strength and wisdom and clarity and insight you gain by doing that. It's kind of like taming this wild beast, this lion being symbolic for, fears, doubts, insecurities, facing that, taming that, coming to a full and total acceptance of who you are, of what this situation is, and having the courage to kind of face it and move through it. Change and transformation is at hand, and sometimes that can be rather challenging. Now, moving forward, we have the energy of the Empress, followed by the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a card of movement as well. It can mean actual travel. You may be part of this, maybe some of you who are making the decision to move in a different direction from somewhere else or another situation. It may actually involve physical move or travel or relocation. The Six of Swords does represent moving away from a time period in your life which was maybe troubling, chaotic, turbulent, painful, or like the Ten of Wands, a burden coming to an end. You're moving away from that. The worst is behind you, and you're moving into a period in your life that's more settled, more peaceful, more calm, more serene. And this could be for some of you a relationship, a karmic relationship, which has been very up and down, and it's time to move on. There's a sense of peace, restoration, and healing in this as well. You're not quite to the other shore yet where everything's kind of settled and in place, but you are moving towards that. It's very healing as you leave something behind. And it's paired with the Empress, which is a beautiful card. She's kind of the traditional Earth Mother of the Tarot. She combines the lovely spiritual side with the earthly, sensual side. And the Empress is also about new beginnings. It's about the time being right to plant seeds, to start to grow, to start to manifest, because she's all about the beginnings of things. This is a card about connecting more with nature and self-nurturing too, taking better care of yourself. And I feel like for those of you, whatever decision it is that you're making, whether to evolve within a relationship or a situation or walk a separate path, I feel like you're doing it because it really is the best thing for you, for the relationship in general. And there is a sense of healing as you're moving away from this or through this. Now, at or towards the end of May 2017, we have the Fool, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. The Fool, another major arcana card, my favorite card. The Fool is also about new beginnings, the brand new beginnings, but kind of the breath before you take the first step. The Fool can represent that time, that energy in between something coming to an end and before you make the first step in a new journey. It's kind of that energy of considering the possibilities, endless, limitless. What could I do? I could do this. I could go here. I could go there. It's time for a new beginning, time for a fresh start, time for a new awakening. Again, whether it's with this person or remaining in the situation where it's changing and evolving, or whether you're walking your separate path. It looks like you end May 2017. I feel like a lot of you, this change is happening during May, and we kind of end May in more of a contemplative state. Okay, where am I headed now on this new journey? Where are we headed now on this new journey? And kind of taking time to reflect on the path that you have been walking and have been investing in, because the Fool is paired with the Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of reflection and assessment. It's earth energy, which is the element that governs the suit of Pentacles. And the energy of this suit often manifests itself in earthly, tangible ways. Money, finances, property, real estate, job, things we can see and touch and feel, or our efforts towards those things. And the Seven of Pentacles represents looking at what you've been investing in, looking at a harvest, and trying to make a decision on where to go from here based on what you've gotten back. Did you get back what you thought you'd get back? Did you get back more? Is it worth continuing in? Should you plant something different? Should you move somewhere else? It's a card of reflection and assessment and what's next. It's time to start a new path. It's time to begin to manifest something new or evolve into something new. And what is that? So I don't feel like you're quite, the path is complete, this new path is completely defined for you by the end of May. It feels like May is kind of going through the changes, the transition, and then at the end of May you're kind of like, okay, I've taken these steps, and where am I going to go next? And again, your overall energy being the King of Cups. For some of you, it's going to represent a significant person in your life. It could be this other person you're in this relationship with, whatever the nature of that relationship. And two, the energy of the King of Cups is about emotional stability, being emotionally grounded and centered, not losing your head, not making any significant decisions that are based purely on emotion or the heat of the moment. So stay grounded, Aquarius. So that pretty much sums up your May 2017 reading. I hope you have enjoyed it, that it's brought you a little bit of insight and guidance perhaps, because that's why we do these readings. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on that little about or description button on my YouTube channel. You can feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also find me through that address on PayPal should you care to donate anything in support of this channel. And I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the May 2017 mid-month general readings. And until then, Aquarius, as always, thank you so much for watching, listening, and following, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.